Obitimi sorry no pass or kwa adwuma no akra so kwa adwuma. No pon free adwuma wetimi yira ne fie kwan no akopie wo bi fie. Akoda wo bi mpa so edi ho nansa. Abira wo kwa adwuma no awu. Otimi free ho no kwa adwuma no asambra na ne fie kwan no ayira no. Netimi edi ho ayi no akọ be ma ne fie no asiesi no otimi prebe no ande fro ne nkwan ahihye fridge mu ama be me no ne ade. Wo timi am nwanwa wo ni obi wo ho mo wo he ho esoro ho ana he na mo wo ni obi ya wo ho 9 years monka awade asem wo timi am nwanwa and as soon him say me nipa no meko ne ho weekend nti wan humi am wo ho first no bi kwa wo hye a wotete afi di omo ba mu kita suitcase ofa ganya na me en spinker say my enyoete spinters. Why enyoete spinters? Can you name your spinters? Really?
Wonderful evening to all of you out there. Been a good week. Lots been happening. On the local scene, we have a Super 2 clash to discuss. Accra Hearts of Folk and Asante Kotoko are in action. There was a Champions League in midweek as well. Liverpool, Real Madrid, big game. This weekend in the PL, United have a date with Spurs. That should be decent as well. And then, on the government side, the president of the land has asked the Auditor General for a forensic report on the 13th African Games. Yeah, same games where $60 million was spent to renovate the games village at the University of Ghana. Same one. And then also a very disturbing story that has come up this week about a young man who has been subjected to abuse by the coach of his academy and has ended up dead as a result of medical complications from that situation. The gender ministry has spoken up about it. The police are currently in charge of the situation, so we'll try and see if we can make some sense of it as well. (0549-986-996) (0549-986-996). We are live on City Sports GH on YouTube. We are also live on Twitter or X at City973. Let me get into it, Rabbi. You had the headlines. Big game in the PL. Liverpool, Real Madrid Champions League Super 2 clash happening this weekend. Forensic audit for 13th African Games.
Long overdue. 4 million for accreditation tax.
Yes. And
long overdue.
And then the young man or the coach who has been misbehaving with the young men in his academy, who is currently in the grips of the police.
You mean grips?
You need to put the fire of the Lord on that guy's head, especially. I mean, and all other things in this hilarious weather.
Wabada Yehowashi. Akehani J Chelo ekwa wono kawashi menebene. Ina wamo shwokeshida Yehowa. Yehowa zebat. Mene soa nima soa nama soa. Mene le Yehowa menpo fake kemi inshi ododo po yeshia.
Aw.
Mambi nyega kia me ododo po inshi yeshia.
Aw.
Inje egbe inye ni pano. Manche mia manche. Won chebo gbekena shine won chebo ni oba ye obu awo. Buwa ya faban. Ni bi mie wa mo. Shola ke ni wo ye Yehowa kometo ye wo gbefa. Noku share wo fe mo. Beshe. Sports Panorama beshe. Osmo obabotwe. Ye Yesu ba mi osmo obabotwe. Wakogbele yache o manche yeli aba. Bia na Ghana football lele eneni bi ehele Yehowa. Wawo. Yehowa wawo. She woni efe mobo. Ask Kotoko. Be na fa woni gbeke bi ji woni wodala ka ask Kotoko ntrape. Ghana ma mu fe ton ebu achi.
Ma mu fe.
She bia ne ko ton gbe na no bi aka ole aka hogba ni ba ne ask Kotoko. Be me people le aka ask Kotoko ba twabo.
Aw.
Be me people le aka ask Kotoko ba twabo. Yo wawo kanyama wo ni wonyi wo football keje hene yo ni wo ke wa hye ni sa ka hye she woni afa mobo what teams come to Africa amebo mo de kotokote ne awole enumo epa o Gold Stars te le aye pa o amefe epa o na me ke ba hye di
aw
ni bi ya no ni bi efte she wo ke drama wo Liverpool kemini ame teshi ona many wa ka sho an slot bia na megwe do and slot is in to stay.
God forbid.
E ba do ye semi like a semi few aga no go fear to semi na do we no
nobody is in to stay.
Pep emele so ha hogbani bane Pep Guardiola emele ye Etihad aba jale mi ale ko ni ba hele chino ni na nge wa ni bule ni mi chi den cha be ya ni slot e bule fe ta be na mi bi an le ni che e ha ni bule fie be wo ame ha wonu ni yo waziba padi ani fe gbe kan ni ye minister ni ne eye musun sha Jehovah enele po imbi efia no susuma yo wake po yo wa job onu na kane bale ya akwaje ya Yesu ba me. Amen.
Let me start off on the note you ended. Let me talk to Gabby real quick on that matter. The coach in question, I believe his name is Ibrahim Anyas, of a certain academy called the Siano Football Academy.
Siano Soccer
Academy, where he trains little kids. And one of these kids happens to have been assaulted allegedly, according to the reports that we've had. The young man, like I mentioned, is deceased. Apparently it happened due to some health complications relating to the matter. I'm not sure why it's taken this long to come out.
Good question.
But it looks like a very deliberate social media campaign and some activism on social media is what brought this to the attention of the necessary authorities. We learned today that the gender ministry have spoken on the matter. The minister herself is aware of the matter. You have been to the HQ of the police. Just bring us up to speed on everything that has happened and also what the authorities are saying going from here.
Okay. So I think that anybody who's followed juvenile football in Ghana would be very well in tune or have a fair idea of Siano Soccer Academy, who are based in Amasaman. In fact, 2 years ago, they were tagged as the best juvenile team when it came to the Greater Accra region teams. And so they've been actually operating quite good for some time now. In fact, I know about 3 players that have left the country to Denmark, to Finland, and are starting in teams over there. All right. So I think late Thursday to early Friday, that's when I saw this hashtag on X.
Yesterday.
Yes, on X. So the hashtag was Justice for Ransford. And on Friday morning, that's today, this morning, our senior colleague in Sadiq Adams broke a news that the coach in Ibrahim Anyas,
who's the accused person,
was to be at the homicide unit of the criminal investigations department. So HQ Ghana Police. And he was supposed to be there because the docket, so for the uninitiated, the docket is more of like a list of pending cases. All right, had been sent from the Amasaman police station to the Ghana Police CID. So we had to follow up on the issue, and I was there. I had to monitor a few proceedings, and I think if there's anybody listening, or Ben, you know how the Ghana Police HQ works. You can't just walk in and be walking like a headless chicken. In fact, if you do that, we even stop you and add you to the list of others. So I was questioned a few times, but because I was in the Channel 1 polo shirt, so it made getting to certain places was way easy. But it also was a disadvantage in a way, because we had to dig deep. So this was in relation to just follow up on the case. So yes, he reported. He was at the HQ today. He got there at 10 a.m. exactly. That's the time they gave him, and I got at 10:10. So I was just 10 minutes late. But per my checks and per my few conversations with people, he was there. Chairman just says relax here comfortably. Now I'm taking you back to the hashtag on X. Look, the kid or the deceased in the 16-year-old Ransford Owusu Ansa, right, has actually been with the coach for the past 3 months, in fact, not just him, he has a couple of kids around him for some months now. And just to make things well understood, you know, it's just like you have a kid and you go leave the kid with coach Christopher Nimley, that you trust him to bring the best out of the kid, not just the footballing bit, but every other thing. So essentially, you are taking care. You are more like the father to the kid. So that's what was happening with Ransford and the coach. Yes. So I think early this year, the story broke that the kid was rushed to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi. And that was after the alleged sodomy. Yes. And then he passed away in March. Now, when he passed away in March, the gender ministry at the time did not have the current minister in Dr. Agnes Namumulati.
Okay.
When the issue happened, it was just a few months for her to be sworn in.
Okay.
But the matter reached her. When the matter reached her, this is what they did. They suspended all activities at the Siano Soccer Academy.
Okay.
All right. Everything was suspended. The kids were released. They went to their various homes and they were schooling. Because these are kids. You are talking about kids under 18. And the disease here is 16 years old. So from January to April, the football academy was not running. And then the people in that enclave realized that the coach who
allegedly is accused
is accused was working freely. All right. And they began to ask themselves lots of questions that is this not the same man that had a lot of people talking about him? In fact, what escalated the issue was that the deceased mother took the issue to one radio station. I cannot put her in the person's name.
Okay.
I think the person was to amplify the issue.
Okay.
All right. And the person did. So the people in that enclave knew what the coach had done to the kid. And so they began to ask themselves questions that, why is this gentleman still walking around freely? And that's why the hashtag started on late Thursday. In fact, we had a lot of big personalities on X jumping onto that hashtag. And big stakeholders who are into the running of juvenile football. Yao Dabo is one. He has his video all over.
Yeah.
Calling on the...
That's where I first saw it.
Yes, actually. Calling on the president. He called on the gender ministry. He called on the minister. He called on the GFA. Yeah. In fact, he called on every stakeholder that had something to do with football in the country. All right? And so that's why that hashtag had to run. And then the Ghana police acted by inviting him. A few concerns that I have, though, that when you look at from January to when the player passed, or maybe when the gender ministry actually released that statement and said that everything was on hold, I'm struggling to understand why that gap there, why the police did not take action. Because I thought that the coach in Ibrahim Anyas, who allegedly was involved, should have been invited right after the gender ministry issued that statement.
Yep. If you say that the academy should stop running and everybody should go home,
yes, so
you are doing it because you want to take action.
Exactly. So why is he working freely? So that's that gap that I did not understand.
Yeah.
But when I went to the CID today, somebody actually had to explain to me that, it's a sensitive issue and they had to deal with it. It's not like they were not keeping tabs of him. In fact, I'm being told that he was... His movement in that enclave was being monitored.
Okay. So he's been under surveillance.
Yes. And today was the first time that he was invited. So he's not had any attempt of trying to leave the country or trying to do anything that is very funny. All right. So the police were in charge of the situation. In fact, the minister reiterated that the police were handling that issue and the gender ministry themselves were handling together with the GFA. Okay. The whole thing is very disturbing because, why would a coach, in fact, Ben, do you know that he actually doubles as the CEO of the club? In Ibrahim Anyas, he doubles as the CEO. So he's the CEO, he's the coach, and he's working with some individuals that assist him. And these individuals are more like scouts.
Okay.
So they liaise with the
So
countries.
he's a major stakeholder.
He's the
in
major
that
stake.
academy.
Yes, he can say, okay, today I'm not working with Kelvin, I am working with Bernard. You cannot tell him anything. And I was asking Bernard here, who I think has a very good idea when it comes to running Ghana football, but that how does a CEO also double as the coach at the same time?
Look, I to even answer that question, I think that this is just one of the issues of our football, and it's an academy. You know, it's an academy that doubles as almost
Okay.
like a coach team, right?
Okay, yes.
That kind of play
Yes.
football. So
Yes. So it's fair.
In fact, even in our premier structure,
You have that happening.
a lot of the hierarchy or structure is not.
But I'm thinking that
They
there's
overlap
conflict
a
of,
lot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's conflict of interest here.
It is.
I don't know. Maybe I can be
It is.
educated,
When
but
you-
I stand to be corrected though.
Sorry.
And I'm saying this because he is the CEO and he is the coach. Look, there was a 360. There was a video he put out
Yeah.
of him with his phone and the
Couple
kids,
of the kids.
kids around him. It means that he is very closer to the kids than anyone else. He's not just the coach to the kids.
Nope.
He's not just a father to the kids. He's everything to the kids. You get the point I'm making? And so I think that the Ghana Police Criminal Investigations Department would have to treat this matter as a very, very serious case.
Very.
It's a heinous crime. It is.
I'm disgusted just talking about
And
the matter.
I was just being educated there that in other countries, he's not even going to last
No, we need
some extended days
because
because
he should have been listed immediately as a sex offender.
That's the point I raised early on.
Then and that should have been made public,
Yes,
so
that's the
everybody
point.
knows who we are dealing with.
I raised early on, and you see, the thing about the whole issue that would make you very, very upset is that if the deceased mother did not take up the issue to that radio
The platform.
station or to, in fact, what I'm being told is that the deceased mother is very close to that radio personality who broke that news. And before the kid passed on, he actually had a move to Wafa.
Oh my God.
And then the mom told the people that, look, Wafa is too far away from me. I cannot be going there every time to see my kid. So I'm trusting in that academy to see out the guy's career. And the woman had a lot of hopes because in that same month, they had taken 2 players to Denmark. In fact, one player, you know him very well. In the last 2 weeks, he popped up and people were beginning to clamor for his inclusion in the Black Stars. A very, very good player, a right-footed winger. So the mom was like, okay,
I think my son can make it there.
if that player A has gone to Denmark, I think my son can make. And in fact, that player I'm being told is that was one of the brightest chaps in that academy. And for this to happen is very unfortunate. So Ben, look, this is where we are. I think from now to Monday, we should see a statement from the Ghana Police Service.
Yeah. You're not sure if he was detained at the.
No,
you're not sure
I cannot give that
information.
All I can tell is that he was there
was there
today.
when you were there.
Yeah, he was there today.
Probably
And
for questioning.
exactly. They would have to dig deeper to put out a final statement to it. In fact, because it was day one, they didn't want to release more information to the media or to the public. They have to treat. So this is where we are with regards to the issue, which is very, very unfortunate. Ben.
You said when you spoke to the gender minister, she says that she's taking notice of the situation.
Yes.
And that she's liaising with the
Yes,
authorities.
she's liaising with the authorities. She's not in Ghana. She's attending the
Doha.
seminar. Yes,
Yeah.
but she's been in contact with the Ghana Police Service,
Okay.
and the GFA are here to also putting in that shift to make sure that there's a finality to the matter.
I think that, okay, so just to progress this, I'll take Coach's thoughts on this, but I think what this guy said about, Yao Dabo said about the important stakeholders getting involved is very serious. This is a very serious matter. Look, this matter has the potential to probably undermine the academy system or that system of training young kids in this country. And I'll say something again, right? There are a lot of these academies or so-called academies that I don't think are even properly registered. That's another thing. So
That's true.
somebody has like a 3-bedroom house somewhere, has a kitchen, living room somewhere.
Behind them there's a pitch.
They have a wall.
Yeah.
They have a little. They don't even have a pitch in the house. They'll go and play the ball somewhere like 30 minutes away. They just have like enough space to hold human beings. Then they will build all kinds of bunk beds. They'll just cramp the kids in there and then call it an academy. Look, under these type of circumstances, regulation is very blurry. You almost don't know what is going on. That's just how you are saying that this guy was coach and was almost doubling as CEO. In fact, I'm picking up info that he is in business with another guy who, since the emergence of this matter, has completely distanced himself from the club and this academy. So there's a lot going on. I think there are a lot of moving parts. And so, like you rightly said, I hope that 3-month gap between when the incident first happened and now, we will not see it again, because it looks to me like you're saying if his mom hadn't gone public via radio and if social media had not taken up the hashtag, this guy would probably be walking around,
would have just gone under the
probably
radar.
Doing whatever only God knows.
It would have just gone under the radar.
For the FA, I think they need to speak up on the matter. It's football. It's definitely involves
I think
individuals who are under their umbrella one way or the other.
I think when the guy passed, the FA released a statement. I remember that they've taken notice of the happenings in Amasaman, and you know, in this day and age that we live in, you know, kids in that age, a lot of parents now are actually even pushing their kids of that age into football academy. So just like you say, unlike the past where you have your parent or a parent not subscribing to the idea of playing football, now
a lot more people are open to the idea.
10 to like 8 to year above 12,
13.
You already have parents pushing their kids, and that's why that academy has a lot of kids. They have a lot of kids, so they have that bracket of kids playing from 8 to 12, and then they have the 12 to the 18. And in the last few years, they've actually produced some very, very good footballers, only to have this unfortunate incident.
Okay, let me take Coach's thoughts on the matter. Coach, I'm sure you've at least caught wind of the issue. It's probably something you relate with because you've worked in the code system for a long time. This is extremely disturbing.
I am so down. Look, I don't know, but I believe there's only 2 proper academy in this country. How could that place be qualified as an academy?
That is what I'm saying.
How?
That is what I'm saying.
Well, because they've been operating in the Greater Accra region.
Anybody with some 3-bedroom house and compound somewhere.
They've been operating for some time now.
Who certified them? It has to be the FA. Look, I know of so many places calling themselves as academy.
That's what I'm saying.
And for me, I've had parents called me to say, Coach, can you get my... And I've told those parents, several of them, look, to me, I think there's only 2 proper academy in this country. The Right to Dream Academy, and to some extent, the WAFA. But even the WAFA, since the demise of Coach Samadi,
they've not been the same.
Look, those days I had as many as 10 players there. I was very close to Samadi. I visited Samadi at home. He will invite me over the weekend. We will eat together. We will talk football together. A lot. But since the man died, so many things has gone wrong. And even the true owners of the academy at Wafa had pulled away. So things that the way Wafa used to be, they are not like that again.
At all.
So even that, I do tell parents that when they call, can you have us look? There's only 1 proper academy.
Maybe now too. There's a Juventus Academy now. So Right to Dream.
And the Juventus, the Kwadwo Asamoah one. So when we say something is an academy, where from the certification? The FA slept on the job. If I was the boss of the Ghana football, this is a perfect ground for me to go round
and shut down all unauthorized.
One time, no more. It should have been long ago. Long ago. This matter should have been picked up, should have been taken up by the FA. Because we are not, it is not now that we are hearing the news that this is what might have led to the demise of the boy. The FA themselves, they were told, they got the news, they issued a statement to that effect, agreed, and then they just went to sleep. If the Ghana Football Association had picked up this matter, there's no way that young man should have been walking by the street of Ghana for the past 3, 4, 5 months, eating free, drinking free, doing everything that he wants to do. Look, have we been able to pick, have we, as a country, have we picked up the killer of Poli? We've not.
It has died a stillbirth.
It has died a stillbirth. Death. So this guy also, I'm not sure. I heard Gabi say that he was monitoring Papa Bang.
You mean the police?
Yes, monitoring Papa Bang.
Well, maybe we just have to give them the benefit.
Oh, Maza. Monitoring. What proper monitoring? It is the guy who felt that maybe the story would die a natural death. That's what he was all over. But if it was somebody, I know he would have left.
No, that just says a lot. He thinks that the matter will blow over and his life will go back to being the same.
He just passed through Burkina Faso or through Cote d'Ivoire. He's gone.
The moment that happened, they needed to flag him as a sex offender and make his picture public.
Exactly. I don't know what might have transpired at the police headquarters today. But such a person cannot be allowed to live in. He should be kept. Remind.
Hang around more kids.
No. No. He can't do that. For me, I am so down because look, I have worked with kids for over 24, 25 years. I've worked with kids and I still do work with kids. My passion, my love for them is beyond measure. So if I hear something like this, it just completely derailed. I mean, take every breath out of my system. And I'm so down. You see, when I just kept quiet, listen. I am so hurt. And I'm controlling my emotions. I'm controlling myself as I speak. This boy could have been the breadwinner to the mom and to the entire family. You don't just sweep somebody's son like that. Get rid of him for no fault of his. Because he wants to play football and you offered yourself to be the one to guide him through. And then you take advantage and abuse him in that manner. Look, this is not a matter that should be prolonged. A proper post-mortem might have been done on the boy before his burial. If that was what led to him, even if there was any sign of such a thing, the offender, the one who did those things, does not deserve to live in society. In other jurisdiction, he would have been long gone or buried, dealt with, buried, finished, completely wiped out of the system. I'm not saying we should do that, but there are laws in this country. We should be able to deal with such matter so swiftly to deter other people from doing that. And I'm going to use the opportunity to appeal to the Ghana Football Association. This must be a nationwide project. Go round. I have a football team. I don't call my team an academy because I know the academy standard. Anybody who is giving himself that name or any football team that thing that they are and put people's sons and people's daughters there for what? For what? Why would you do that? And then do you know what most of them do? They don't even care about the educational background of these children. They just keep the boys there. They don't go to school. Who told you a proper academy don't educate students? Who told you?
A lot of these, they are not academies.
They are not academies.
They are not academies, honestly.
And let me just advise parents out there. Look, I can imagine Coach Nimley or somebody within my family going to leave his 8-year, 10-year-old, 12-year-old boy to stay with some. And you know, no proper academy will charge you money to keep your boys there.
So somebody on my YouTube feed who apparently happens to know a little bit about the issue says the coach ran away from the area and went into hiding for some time and only came back when the heat had died down.
So there was no proper money to.
So he says that he says basically here that why should I believe that the police were monitoring?
They were, but we live in Ghana, we know the system. That's why I brought up the pole issue. Pole is gone. We've still not been able to identify any 2-3 people who did that to Pole. I'm appealing to parents. Don't just go and dump your son somewhere in the name of hoping that they will learn, have somebody will take them abroad because of football. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That is actually a major reason why these things happen.
Look, I say, look, do you know the parents that call me regularly? Coach, can you take my boy here? Can you help? I said, no. It doesn't work like that. I've always said that, like I said earlier on, if it is not the right to dream, if I've got that, I'll call Derek Boateng, have his personal number, I'll call him Derek, and they have their way of recruiting their players.
Yep.
They have their own way of recruiting their players. So there's no proper way. Look, may the soul of the young man, wherever he is, rest in peace. For the sake of the boy.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk further. But again, for the sake of the boy, like the hashtag rightly said, there must be justice. This one, dear. And as we administer justice in the name of that boy, the Ghana Football Association should take this matter up.
They should use this as an
go around the entire country.
Yep.
Bring out the certificate, proper requirement to be certified yourself as an academy. Start closing some of them down. Start it. Because for all you know, this is the one we've heard. This is the one we've seen.
Clearly. Perhaps he had even been doing this to a lot of other people.
Of course.
This was just the only one
that boy cannot be his first victim. He cannot be his first victim. Of course. Why would you do that if it's not something you've been doing? Why would you have the nerve and the courage, demonically led, to be able to do that to somebody's son? Imagine you do that to my son, I'll kill you the next second.
Don't do that.
Oh, that's true. No more. Where somebody's happiness ends, that's where somebody's happiness begins.
True.
Where your human right ends, that's where mine begins. You cannot 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You just throw it just like that.
Yeah.
I would have dealt with you in my own way, and it could have gotten out of hand. For this is a very moderate family that cannot bite. My family, we can bite and will bite very hard. So the man should be dealt with. The Ghana police, yes, won't panify. This matter must be done with some form of haste and completely dealt with. Like I said, may the boy's souls rest in perfect peace.
Show proudly brought to us by Betway. Our Betway say it's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. Place bets and share your codes with friends, fans, and followers. And if they place bets using your code, you will earn 4% off their wager. This means the more people bet with your code, the more you will earn. Start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer, exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply, regulated by the Gaming Commission. Betway, get way more. Show proudly brought to us by Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soaking Mix as well. The one soaking mix to cure your inkete and all the other issues. Yeah, if you are feeling hungry, all you need to do is get your pack of crispy Gary, crunchy groundnut, creamy milk, and sugar. Add your water and you're good to go. And the sugar is not too much, it's not too little, it's just right. Show also proudly brought to us by Twisco, our #1 chocolate beverage. Proud sponsors of Sports Panorama. You can text into the show via text, WhatsApp, and Telegram. 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Let me come to Abeku on Super 2. Let me move on with the issues. Oh, I've almost spent 1 hour on this issue.
Ben,
no, but
I want to tell you
Oh,
something.
no. I can't. No. I've almost spent 1 hour on the issue.
I can't tell you some Kivo story. You know,
Kivo story?
Yeah.
I'll listen to the Kivo story.
Okay.
What's going on? Hold on. What Kivo story do you have?
Kivo. Charlie, you heard it? Kivo, Niego, Kivo, Niego. Oh, you don't hear that song?
What is going on here?
Weekend. I did go house. Then I don't get food for house. Me I pass there back there. Me I buy 15. Hey, 15 Kivo.
Then you dey go feed the people on the mouth.
No, it be me, bro.
Ah.
I used 2 days Kivo.
Wait.
So when they Kivo hold you down for 2
Time
days.
out. Hold on. What do you mean you ate 15 sachets of Kivo?
No, listen. You say I dey go rep exam, so I know the bed. Wait, I dey turn up don't. If I turn up, I dey hung.
No. This matter you dey talk about.
Oh, this my guy.
This be arcade. As you talk say you dey buy Kivo 15.
Okay, what you hear yourself?
They chop by heart.
No, but you see, Kivo, if you get 15 sachets,
If they chop 3 at a go.
if you get 15
So I say,
sachets,
how many 3s do you have in
I say
15?
if you get 15 sachets like that, you go fit climb the mount like that and pray to God and feed the people.
I say,
But how do you eat that on your own?
no,
and 2 days.
Charlie.
Let's do that show.
That be at a sitting, if they chop 3 at a go.
Oh, bugger.
And it's 50, so there are 5 3s in 50.
Charlie,
So
the
you
matter
chop.
you talk there, and I know Kivo want people to consume the other stuff, but even they will be worried about you. Anyway, Abeku, please round it up for me very quick.
Ben, take me out of the Super 2 conversation. This
This is your
a
conversation.
super sensitive issue. Look, I look at the implications that this have on the country, on our football institution. It simply erodes the trust in our football institution.
It does.
And like Coach says, and I will cite a few examples and wrap up. This is something that's been happening here in Africa for a minute. The last time I was telling Gabi about a document I chanced on for the Sweden Football Association, what they are doing to try and get their next superstars in shape, starting right from academy 0 to 5. Introducing stuff into their education structure or system that gets the younger ones to understand football, just the pushing the ball around and all of that, having a scheduled time for the kids to play around age 0 to 5. Then we have age 5 to 10. Then it grows on and on and on. And there's a structure, because the whole country, or the country as a whole, together with the football federation, have agreed to want to do that. Now this hurts our game. It hurts our football to the core. And it's not an issue that we should be encouraging here in Africa. I take few examples. In Gabon, there was a guy who named himself Capello, who was with their national junior teams, under 17 to be specific.
Capello.
Because he believes that his system or his instructions in the game resembles or have resemblance with
To the maestro.
Absolutely.
To them.
Hey.
And this guy, you can check him out. He's Patrick.
The Italian Capello.
That's who he refers himself to.
Hey, Charlie, why?
This Patrick Asumo E, who calls himself Capello,
Yeah.
decided to call his room the Garden of Eden,
Hey.
and told these young guys that the moment you enter his room, you are playing for a European club. And this habit was curtailed. It went deep in affecting a lot of homes, because this guy was not seen at the right time to stop him from such, if you allow me the word, foolishness. And he grew into the picture, and later the federation, it got out of hand, and FIFA had to come into the matter. Now, when you go into FIFA's code of ethics, there are Capello, check the guy out. There is in the code of ethics we have the protection of physical and mental integrity in Article 24, which talks about sexual abuse of minors.
Do you have it here? Do you have
I don't have the exact stuff. I could read it up, but I mean you can check it out from your space. Look, and this guy was in the long run given a 20-year ban by FIFA. He was found guilty when investigations was done.
Did his country people lock him up? I
don't have any details of his country locking him up. Okay. Yeah. But he had practiced this. He was into this business from 2006 into 2021.
Jesus Christ!
So imagine the homes this guy deliberately destroyed.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah. Now, away from Gabon, there's a guy also in the Democratic Republic of Congo named Jonathan Bukabaka, who also believe he's one of the brightest young coaches in the system. There's a problem in Africa. We must dig and clean. We must clean the system. So I support Coach Christopher.
So the Bukabaka guy also owns one of these makeshift academies
all over the place.
Brings minors in and then does his own thing.
And again, FIFA went into the matter and gave him a 20-year ban. I want to establish the point that this matter does not only sit in the bosom of the state.
Anybody at all can pick the matter up to FIFA.
That's the FA must notify FIFA. If indeed this club is truly registered, because I know it goes through a system.
Yeah.
Yes. In the system for registration, you cannot name yourself as a CEO and double as a coach. Because you provide your credentials as a coach in the system, and I've been in the system before, and I know how management members and coaches are registered in the system. So when you put the same person as the CEO and as the coach, the system will automatically reject it. It's the same system the GFA goes by. So if this,
so how did he go through?
What's the name? See who?
Ibrahim Onyas.
The club.
Siano
guys are indeed registered with the Football Federation.
Yeah.
The FA should be reporting them to FIFA ASAP.
True.
And this is a life of the guy could have been the breadwinner of this family in the very foreseeable future. Now I went into the neighborhood of Tesano. I met a young guy. He tells me he's 14, 13, 15-ish. He says he wants to be a defender. His mom is just selling stuff on the stretch. So these guys go around and looking at these targets and bringing them in and hitting them. And their parents, he's just sitting down and thinking, my son has gotten an academy, and in the next foreseeable 2-5 years,
he'll be out of the country.
And the family is going to change the life of the family. And this, aside that country, the Democratic Republic of Congo, there's Uganda also in the picture. Well, there's a guy that calls himself Chris Mubiru.
You mean it's a continent-wide problem?
We need to be attacking the reputation of our football, right? Because reputationally, there's a damage that is happening here in Africa. And you shake yourself because it's distasteful. Why should these things be happening? And why should Ghana come into the picture? The last time in Kumasi, they said there was a guy who was brought from our neighboring countries for a trial.
The one who died?
The one who died.
Recently.
Wow, look.
Recently, I think about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You go and pick somebody's son from somewhere, and you come, and then the boy come and die.
Ben, if we don't take care, this stops international partnership. I know the Wafa situation. I've been to Sogakope before.
Oh,
fantastic facility.
You're right. People
awesome facility.
A lot of clubs who like Ghana for our talent pool here will look at some of these things happening and say, what?
International partnership. It's killing it.
Because if you want sponsorships for things, sponsors don't want to be associated with these types of things.
Again.
Because a lot of people aren't using the word that is supposed to be used for this, but this is pedophilia.
Look, the FA have categorizations of football clubs here in the country. And that you describe, get some 3-bedroom apartment. I've seen some. I've been there.
There are too many.
I know.
Apparently, there's some in there. Somebody's telling me that there's some in the Sawam area that looks like a hen coop. They just pack kids there.
Look at the
no proper standards.
What she said, nothing. Secondary school up and down.
Bunk beds.
No mosquito nets around that stuff. And they know what they are doing.
I mean, for those parents who would even leave their boys to go to such places.
No, but so, like you rightly say, a lot of these parents don't know any better. They don't know any better. They are probably not from well-to-do places.
Yes.
They look at these academies and these things like, this is our gateway to prosperity in life. So let's take our kids over there, and then these things happen.
But this is in London. It hurts the regional credibility. If you want to put
the very fabric, the very fabric of our game, it's been destroyed.
Patrice Motsepe is looking to want to put Africa football on the map. Last time he was citing an example with Morocco, saying that they've become. He used a certain word.
He said we are in the golden period of African football.
That's exactly.
I did that story.
That's exactly.
So we are in the golden period of African football.
What
Morocco has done at the World Cup.
He's been trying to get into school sports.
And he's been getting into school sports. The last time Sarah Mukuna was here in our studios, the what was it? Sarah's position? I forgot it. You know, she's sort of the head of the 54 member federations here in Africa, and the passion with which she was speaking to us about, and I did an interview. You know, about how the CAF president have this initiative of transforming, African youth football using the school-based system.
And then there are those who are destroying it.
And there are these guys, man, we should sweep the system, I tell you.
The FA, the ball is in your court. This time, we beg you, sanitize the system. Adam, you get the last word on this.
Before Adam comes in, there's an update again from Sadiq Adams. You know, he broke the story in the morning. So he says that the coach has been accused of sodomizing. He's been released by the Ghana Police Service after being questioned at the CID headquarters this morning.
So he's been accused of, or charged or accused?
Accused.
He's been
released? I just read verbatim.
He's been released?
Yes.
He was not put in, he didn't have to be bailed?
So the same way you're freaking out, that's the same comment we have. So released. Someone said released.
I don't even want to use the word.
So, and you see, I quickly had to go and check the police service Twitter account.
Yeah.
There's no updates.
They haven't updated it.
Yes. The last update was a different. So let's see.
Ghana Police, we beg you.
Therefore, we have to just report the guy to FIFA straight ahead. And I say, and again I repeat, look, Mr. Kotoko, the last time I was with him, and he has his hands all around my neck and what have you. And I'm telling you, Mr. President, the guys who are listening to the show, and I know your people listen to this show, report this matter to FIFA. You are the second CAF vice president. On this continent, there's a lot of ills happening. And I feel it's the matter that you must use your power to address.
One, like I agree with you, the FA needs to report the club and the institution to FIFA. The Ghana Police need to do better. This guy should not be hanging around other children.
Something has happened
This
somewhere.
guy should not
walking free.
Be hanging around other children. This guy should not be hanging around other children. To call him in, question him, and let him go.
Another Twitter account still has also confirmed Coach Ibrahim has been
questioned and released.
Yes, so
amazing.
I don't know what's the updates or what led to. I mean, I think we would have to hear from the Ghana Police.
We'll have to get
a guy who left the system because there was tension. There was tension. Comes back, he's found, and he's released again.
He's questioned and released like nothing. Almost like wow.
I just will say that this happened in football. But this is part of a larger problem that exists in this country and on this continent.
Yes.
When it comes to these kind of things involving minors, and we have to check it.
May they say you look no more anymore. You cannot pass my.
I want to believe that the police have charged him because if it's just an accusation, you can't just like you understand.
That's what I'm saying, that we shouldn't actually preempt. Because let's just wait to get out of
the police official.
I think they can actually explain better.
Today explain better. When somebody go and report me to the police, when they do, I will go and sit behind bars. They'll put me. Somebody have to come and bail me before I go out.
Exactly.
Someone is
is it?
What is the second attaching me? I keep play down. I keep play.
Exactly.
I mean, are you all?
And
you mean the Sankolo?
We have the habits on this continent of doing things fearsome when it comes to these kind of things.
Yep.
This wasn't done this way. Luckily, the mom took it up. But then, this is not even about football for me. Like, let's even forget about football for a second.
Yep.
These are things that happen in households.
Facts.
These are things that are happening on the continent. And as a people, it can affect every facet of our society.
I think
Not
we have a pedophilia problem in this country.
generally.
We actually
That
do.
is it.
Generally. And it has to be checked.
There's a video I saw last week somewhere where some teacher apparently is saying that the government need to pay him. They need to pay him an allowance because he spends time around young kids
Who are
in high
attractive,
school
yes, and they are
who are
attractive.
attractive,
And he
can't
controls-
control himself or
It-
controlling himself.
It's the effrontery for me.
It's difficult, and
Yeah.
so
I saw that
he
video.
has to be paid an allowance.
Yes.
And then he had the nerve when he got backlash from social. In fact, after that video, if we live in the proper country, that guy should have been picked up on the evidence of that video alone.
One
Like
time.
you mean to tell me that you are teaching in high school and that the girls who are around you,
I've seen that guy.
he said that
Should be picked ASAP.
they are so
He should be-
tempting and
the guy should
seductive
be-
that
the guy should be handled.
he needs to be paid a bonus to be. After that video, they should have picked him
They're
up.
watching
Nobody
it
picked him
fast.
up. He had the nerve and the guts to come and do a follow-up video saying that he doesn't understand why society or Ghanaians at large are angry with him. That if it was anything or anywhere, he rather should be supported. I couldn't believe what I was
watching
hearing.
it
And this
come
guy, I promise you, this guy is still teaching. His headmaster has done nothing to him.
Nothing.
He walks in, teaches, and goes home. I mean, what kind of society is this?
It's
such a person.
crazy.
If you was to come across Mr. Nimley's daughter and fool, no, mama, try now. I'll take the law into my own hand.
No,
Coach,
Oh, make
coach,
one
coach,
quality.
coach,
Mama,
coach,
let me tell you. You see, in other jurisdictions,
coach.
you don't treat people's child and go scot free like that.
It reminds me of. It reminds me of. Let me tell you something, right?
Some of these things we don't hear them elsewhere in the world. Why do you think we don't hear such things
It
elsewhere in
reminds
the
me
world?
of a book called A Time to Kill. There's a John Grisham book called A Time to Kill.
Fantastic book.
There was a guy called Carl Lee. So his daughter was raped by a couple of people. Very racist.
Then when I
situation.
come, I should come and laugh.
Then when he went seeking justice, it's almost like it's the kind of justice that delays, and almost like it's mocking you. And then he ended up taking the law into his own hands. In the end, things had crazy snowball effects. But all I'm saying is that look, we have a major pedophilia problem in this country. Look, the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, you need to open your eyes wide. You need to open your eyes. Look, there's so much going on in our society.
Abuses to children all over the place.
Your children are not safe. Our sisters, our siblings. This is a big problem. This is like a national crisis level problem.
Yes.
I think we need to do better with this, to be very honest. And then just land for me and let me go.
That's just really all I have to say. That it's past football for me. It's a problem in this country that needs to be checked. So the gender ministry, and in this situation, it happened in football. So the GFA, please.
This guy charge him with of raping, grooming, and exploitation.
And even with the FIFA bans that are 20 years, I don't agree with the 20 years. They have to be cut out from the sport for life.
Completely.
For life.
You mean after 20 years you can come back?
No.
Now people also banned.
Yeah.
20 years.
Anyway, let me read a few messages and then we will get into some other stuff. KD from Abokobi says that I wonder if there are regulations to anything we do in this country. Anyone can get up and start anything without regulations. I do not think this situation should be handled by just the police. I suggest our lawmakers must come in to set some laws on these academies. Better still, let the GES play a major role in this whole setup called an academy. We are just not serious in this country, and that includes our leaders. Imagine if any of our leaders' children went through this ordeal. This issue would have been dealt with within 24 hours. Let's be serious for once in this country. Papa King says that a certain country is imbibing football knowledge into their educational structure. Meanwhile, somewhere in Africa, we have destroyed every pitch possible for real estate. We have covered every surface likely to be a football pitch with gravel and stone, and covered some with artificial carpets called astroturf. Someone too is sitting somewhere misbehaving, leading to the death of a minor. And we are still talking about it in months. This country, my God. Otu from Goma Fete says, good evening, guys. I want to kindly ask you to follow up on the young man's issue. Let your team help me go over this issue. Thank you guys. Okay, coach, I'm with you. I'm just looking at my son as you are discussing. Let us rise up for our children. This is counting on us. Joe from Teshi. His Ben, I first heard about this case about a year ago on TikTok. The mother of the boy was crying on the said lady's show, and I was so devastated. The woman had to come cry on radio for help after her pleas with the police yielded nothing.
No call boy.
At the time, the boy wasn't dead, but was very sick and bedridden, and the man was asking the evil man to come sort out the hospital bills. I was like, how is it that this guy hasn't been arrested? Okay. Ejaba in Sekina from Accra says, Nketa and team, good evening. Let me appreciate you for a Super Friday show this evening. I'm down with your first story. Look, the FA stands seriously accused. Why has the FA and the regional officials, or what have the FA and regional district officials been doing? The FA in their Congress have never discussed this academy issue, hence the dirty stories. Meanwhile, the police must by Monday tell us what is the state of this case. Kudos to the media for breaking the stories. Sports Master says, greetings, Sports Panorama. Ben and team, I'm rooting for Kotoko to win against Hearts on Sunday. Moses Kofinoy says that somebody should talk to Enzo to stop toying with our emotions. I think you say investors make wild for town. Need Tojo from Tema New Town says that we are here to enhance life, not to destroy. Painful authorities should be up and doing. Nana Kwesi says, if it was 5 and 10 anchor, the police will hassle you to say, must this be cried about before they take action? Where is the synergy between state institutions in instances like this? Lambert inside Dodo says, good evening, Ben and crew. The minister announced that they paid okay, I think you are on a different matter. Farouk Headliner in Lakeside says that imagine going to the World Cup with a captain who says the World Cup is not his dream. PS and Ronaldo's interview are just therapy sessions disguised as journalism. Interesting. Need Tojo from Tawani Town says accountability is key in every dealing. GFA, our league. This one says the coach no try cry. Hashtag justice for Ransford. Kumoji Bieko stand for justice for Ransford. Okay, so that's the lowdown on the issue. Let's take a quick break here on the show probably brought to us by Betway, Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix and Twisco. When we come back, we'll get into some talk of the Super 2, European football, and a lot more on Sports Panorama. Stay with us.
This advert is FDA approved.
Is there anything better than winning a bet? Well, with Betway's world first bet influencer feature, there is now. When you place a bet with Betway, you will generate a unique code. By sharing these codes, you will earn 4% of every wager in cash. And when word starts spreading, the returns start rising. No matter the outcome, you can score big. It's easy to create your own codes. Choose your favorite teams and send to your friends anytime, anywhere. So, what are you waiting for? Start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer. Brought to you by Betway. Watch the next video for all the details. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
City 97.3 Accra.
Welcome back. Benjamin Nketia here, Sports Panorama. Show proudly brought to us by Twisco, Betway, and Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix. Let me do some Super 2 because that game is coming up. Game.
If I start the talk, say Kivo guy mix. Charlie, 15 equals to 2 days.
Charlie, but you set record. You know, say.
Another joke.
Cool down.
Another joke. No. For 2 morning, 2 afternoon, 2 evening. Charlie, how you going to kill it? Charlie, what is this?
Even that one said you know go reach the quota.
Charlie, this guy.
Charlie, you know, say like if Guinness take like measurement instruments come there already, like you go enter the booking site. Like you and Hilda Bachi go they do competition by now, you know.
Joke, man.
No, but you see, you must
me 15 2 days no be anything.
No, me, you need to explain to me with the aid of diagrams because I don't get.
I say they do. I'm don't see them Becky.
Like what be a ratio? What
A
be
ratio is like
Evans, you need to come and give Gabby a special plaque. He needs a special plaque because it takes a special type of guy. I say, Charlie, so you be cool. Actually, you be cool.
I they cool.
Like cool. Like you don't do the number 2.
Oh, I do. I'm clean.
Like you should say concrete no day your belly.
No, I'll be fine.
That's crazy, man. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Accra House of Oak and Asante Kotoko real quick. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. It's a big game this weekend. It's coming up. Talk to me about who is favorite. Still, Kotoko are following the pattern of coming to Accra to do their thing. House of Oak go to Kumasi, they probably perform better. Kotoko started off really shaky this season, shaky top 4 campaign. But everybody doubted them. They are in a more stable place now, but they've still lost their star striker. I still think this game will come down to the tacticians in the dugout, i.e. Karim Zito, i.e. Masoud Didi Dramani. Who's your money on this weekend?
My money is on Kumasi Asante Kotoko to win. And this is why. Kotoko have actually been on a very good run ever since they got kicked out in the CAF Comfort Cup 2 with that, right? They put up a very spectacular performance against Karela. That got everybody talking on X over the weekend. On the part of Heart of Oak are actually doing something that I thought they won't be doing this season, which is scoring more under their head coach Masoud Dramani. And I think everybody around this table knows the kind of coach or what you get from Masoud in not having a team that is very expansive or very flamboyant and able to score goals. But Ben, do you know that heading into this game, Heart of Oak are actually one of the teams to have picked the most points away from home this season under Masoud Didi Dramani.
That's interesting.
So it's a game that I think would be good. And one thing I've loved about these 2 teams heading into Sunday's clash is that there is a feel-good factor around the 2 teams. When I say so, Heart of Oak are winning games. Kotoko have put aside their shenanigans in Africa and have bounced back real good. Another thing, the second thing is that the 2 coaches are arguably the most experienced coaches on the local scene. Masoud Didi Dramani, who knows Kotoko very well, 2-time GPL champion, 2013, 2016, I believe. And Zito himself, who has got immense experience.
Don't talk too much about
if you want to combine
tracking
and getting free.
Thank you.
Combine what he's
and
done.
20 AFCON winner.
You can't take that away from him.
Tracking and getting free.
If you want to combine all of that and then his time with, his latest exploits has actually come with Dreams FC. All right. And the kind of players they have this season, the Albert Amoa absence, I don't think has affected them way too much because they've got Hubert Jao, the chap who scored that 2 brilliant goals against Karela. That long range strike and that very good tapping that we saw against Karela. Kotoko have actually got decent players. They've got Pitami Duakwa, Hubert himself, and this chap in the midfield that I think that on that day, if they're able to get a good run, I think they get 3 points against Accra Hearts of Oak. And also, they actually know how to get all 3 points when they play at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's Hearts of Oak that crumble under pressure.
They've been drawing a lot at home lately.
At home. They've not been too good this season. I don't know what's it. And it's not just with Masoud coaching the team. Even before he came in, his predecessor in our own, Bernard's grandfather in Abubakar Atara, He did. He said, he did. He's a special advisor to the manager.
What advice did they give?
That's why they're on a good run.
Sorry.
Yeah. The Hearts of Oak have actually struggled and the coaches in the past at home. All right, I don't know what's with them, but
if you hear him speak fancy, he will show.
He speaks fancy.
Oh, he speaks Tree and fancy and G. They said that in the dressing room, the players were talking about him, and then he said,
Charlie, stop this.
He said that the players conflict.
I'm really telling them and chopping body concern. So they say the guy they hear the language. Then he had to show them that, like, look.
No, but see, if you know how, if you know Ivorians properly, that's not something you should try.
Exactly. The point.
That's not. I'm just telling somebody that
the frequency the country like is just
and you see, there are parts of Ghana now. Or there are parts of Ghana now that literally used to have Ivorians in, and there are parts of Cote d'Ivoire now that used to have like lots of. If you go to the Doma area, there's a very big crisscross of
the Doma area.
So if you know what you are doing,
So I think Sunday would be good. One thing I've loved about Sunday's clash is that it's the promotion. It's the promotion. Look,
they've promoted it.
Yes, I think it's better than. Oh, coach, listen. I think it's better
than the last one.
Than the last,
maybe
the last 2 seasons.
Because me, I haven't seen any promo.
Have you seen a promo? You may disagree.
You are a news producer, so you are not part. I'm serious. But you said you are a news producer, so you are not part. We are news people here. Hold on. Let me ask my YouTube crowd. Have you guys seen any promo running with regards to Hearts of Oak and Kotoko? Let me ask my radio listeners. Okay. Have you guys heard about any promo regarding Hearts of Oak? Like, if we didn't mention it today, did you know that Hearts of Oak and Kotoko were playing this weekend?
I'm not saying.
I just want to know. I'm not saying honest.
Coach, I'm not saying it's 100%.
I'm saying
let him put a percentage.
Irrespective of the percentage, for the where I want to know.
For the percentage.
Why did you see your promo?
What's your percentage?
This is what I've seen. Okay. I'll give them 70%, and this is what.
Hey, 70 we had.
It's so serious. Listen.
I'm taking off my headphones.
Accra House of Folk dropped the interview with their headphones today. Forget around 5 p.m. Forget Super Clash over the weekend.
Imagine.
Forget the interview.
How can you tell me this story?
Forget the interview. Only 70%.
70%.
How you are part of the promo? Because I don't get it. Are you part of the promo? Are you the 20%? Or the 30%?
Sure.
See, young man,
listen. In the past week,
explain yourself.
Right
properly.
After Kotoko beat Karela by 4-2, and Hearts of Oak went to Basake, Holy Stars, and they beat them by 2-1.
Yeah.
Do you know what the clubs have been doing? In fact, the supporters union of both clubs, the circles for Kotoko and the chapters for Hearts of Oak. Do you know what they have been doing? On our own show, we had Kobe Jones on the show to promote it. On other platforms, I cannot mention.
Kobe admitted that promotion is on the low.
And if that is
on the show,
listen, that is his opinion.
My opinion.
That's the PRO for
to play.
The national chapter.
And then you can only make mention of Kobe Jones.
No, I'm coach. They is even older than me. Me when I was young, you know how you know that Kotoko and Hearts of Oak are playing?
Aziz Aruna full-time.
No, they are new people now. Oh, relax. I'm talking about the days of Charles Taylor and Ismail. Aziz, see, those days by Friday night, there are flags everywhere. Taxi drivers, if you pass anywhere, there's a Kotoko flag or a House of Folk flag. It's been there. See, everywhere. See, the whole city is painted in rainbow. The Kotoko people who are even their away team, they cry. You feel their presence in town by Saturday or Friday night. Right? Those they didn't need radio. Those people they didn't need radio. They didn't need TV. The game promoted itself.
They had the fixture list in their pocket.
They had the streets. See the way the streets alone. See, and those games, you know, be say hypo. If you those people they go those games. Taxi drivers, mates, structure like. They are the heart and soul of this game.
God sellers, shoe sham boys.
The Mijingoro for no, attire for no.
Attire if you drink, you no go sleep.
No, I'm not talking about that. Behave yourself. So that's where you should be drinking if you want to stay awake to learn. You should drink attire.
No, let's keep it. I'm saying that, Ben. You see the point I'm making it. I'm only juxtaposing it with what I've seen in the past 2 seasons.
Fair context.
In the past season, do you know that a certain guy he was running commentary He said,
"Oh, stop it!
He said Panyai.
Stop it!
And it's a goal. That's the kind of promotion you're talking about.
Stop it!
This season, do you hear that?
Stop it!
No,
Stop
I'm not mentioning the West.
but Kobe admitted that the promotion on social media wasn't as A1 as it should be, and that's the area I feel like they should be doing a bit more with the promo on social media.
And on top of that, the lead commentator for this year's games, the Ghana Premier League, also agrees to the fact that
The promotion
has been low.
Do you know what they need to promote such games? Kotoko just sold their striker.
I'll bet someone.
It's like Real Madrid
And then
selling
when the lawyer,
Vinicius
what's
on
the name of the
Mbappe.
lawyer? Safudugu came back to tell everybody that Muntiatia Munyai. This is where Ghana football is. We need money to run the club.
Oh, it's not the people. No. I get you.
And you want me to go and pay money and watch your topmost striker? You saw the striker when I least expect you to do so. You came back. Look at what you told me.
That we needed to do. We did what we needed to do.
Okay, me too, I'm going to do what I need to do. I won't come and watch.
Don't do this.
No, I'm just trying to take Safudugu's voice.
I get what you mean.
If you want to promote this game, by now, in the future, Don Bote had already spoken.
Oh, Charlie.
He would have spoken and say,
the trash talking would have been loud.
I'll come and see me first free kick inside the net.
The two teams that play.
Ishmael Adam will be saying that, then
Charlie, this fixture has fallen off power.
Stephen Kotoko draw. The supporters will be bragging with their players.
I'm telling you.
Asafo will be
Come and see
Mahala.
Charlie.
I think in the past few
Eric Bequin versus what? Dankoma. Referee say
Joe Hendricks. Do you know Joe Hendricks?
I'm telling you.
Charlie, kill me.
Then you are promoting the game.
Kill me.
You should be by now. What are the House of Folk players saying?
Francis Jojo Bossman.
Have you heard
this is the fixture Jojo Bossman played,
Yeah. See, but I feel
have you heard?
Yes.
Have you heard any Kotoko player speak about the game?
Their coaches.
Kotoko nowadays, Kotoko they don't even have household names anymore.
So who's going to speak?
They don't have household names.
And even I'm coming. The Ghana Football Association themselves have they promoted the game?
Well.
Is it?
They say the game. They say the game is for the teams. The last time promotion came out, they said it is for the teams. It's not their job.
And this is your bona fide property.
Somebody says that
this is your El Clasico.
Wisdom Mauko Akron says that Ben, those days we used to play area match. Kotoko and Haas before the match on Sunday.
Now good day. God bless you. Haas and Kotoko. Abraka met on this park. Alemi. And not only at Braka, also even in Kumasi, they are playing everywhere.
You know, one of the things that has also affected their promo. When I was young growing up, Asante Kotoko Express and Hearts News were
Look, even go to the X pages of those two teams. What is there? This game by now. Count down, papa. Count down, papa.
My neighbor, my dad is a Kotoko fan.
What?
I can tell you on authority that my pops probably bought every single edition of Asante Kotoko Express.
I'm telling you.
We don't miss one. My neighbor, the guy who used to live across me, Eko Budu Chip, his dad was a House of Folk fan. Eko's dad bought every copy of Hearts News. Like, I'm not playing.
You finish talking. Let me analyze that.
If I'm going to buy Express, then he's working. He's going to buy Hearts News. We are going to pay the paper.
In finishing up,
you finish. We've done even more hype for them on this fixture than they've done the whole.
The last time I spoke to, I spoke with Gerald Motri, who's the brain behind Kotoko Express. Things that he told me, if I put it out, because I put his name to the thing, if I put it out, he'll be like,
Jerome, he tried for that paper.
I promise you, and no joke.
The way that paper was quality.
I'm telling you,
Asante Kotoko Express
stuff.
I remember right from the Herbert days, Sylvester Asarius, who I think
and interestingly, people within were fighting him.
Oh, they were fighting.
See, Charlie, Gabi, come on,
So right now,
learn from me on this matter.
Right now, it be poverty. Poverty no good. You see, so Kotoko them for sell our better more than get money. Yeah,
So we will go pay the money, then watch.
Go watch poverty football.
Are
you tell this?
It be poverty. So they don't have money. In fact, in wrapping up, if you think about it, right from when Kotoko won the title in 2021 to now, you know, from that season to now, they've actually had some very decent players that if they kept like by this time, I'm not sure Hasselfolk would be anywhere closer to them.
They can't skip.
Somebody says
so. It's perfect.
Wisdom says that I saw the FA's promotion and I was shocked to see them post Kenke versus Fufu. Who wins? And I said, Jesus.
That's from the that's from the broadcast.
That was the way they promoted it.
Yes.
Is that not from the broadcast?
I'm not
Kenke versus Fufu.
Oh, yeah, it's there.
Open that thing now.
Kenke, no, it's true. It's Kenke versus Fufu.
What?
And they did Adowa and then Adowa, the gun one is what? Adowa is what?
Palogo.
Yeah. No, the chance is what?
Adowa and the guy is
Palogo. Yes. So they did that one.
I've seen another one too. That's Obake and what's the
Mano, behave yourself.
Yeah, Akpaba and Obake.
See some lame promotion.
No, but you see,
no,
you see, we are talking about culture. Culture is the way of life.
That's the way we stop. Let me read a few YouTube messages. Nanaya Epiama says, we used to see you at the newspaper stand with Chip. Nanaya, behave yourself. You didn't see anybody. This one here is from Leslie Tete. Says, Phobia Bed and House of Folk News, old boy. Make a Phobia Bed and House News. Oh boy, make a buy, sir. Joshua Holotu says, Echo Gansa, Francis Jojo Bossman. Hey, Calvinio says that Calvinio says you know get quality players. Make a can't pay money watch players. I go fit get the same quality for backyard football.
And look at what they've done too. They've put the time at the same time when Liverpool be playing Man City.
How can you do this?
How can you do that? How can you do that? So you will come by at 6:30.
Go to the stadium and watch the house. Kotoko, and then stream Liverpool.
Prince Wete says that he says he's been called to come for free tickets, but I don't know who to go and watch the game with because it's not attractive for me to even go and watch. This one's from Bismarck. Dankwa says Ghana and Kasa, the past is always the present. The past is always better than our present. Charlie, same way now. What can you see? This one here is from Fishmonger. Says back in the day, we knew all the top players in both teams. We had our own Messi versus Ronaldo with the Hearts and Kotoko players. More messages. Miss Lydia says, I saw the promo on X done by a lady called Adele. I see.
You should be using the players.
Elsa Josiah.
But now you would have oriented the players and prepped them. They'll come and talk big. Talk big. Don Bote will speak and the whole Asante Mai will say, me, I'm coming to Kumasi to come and score. See, the first free kick.
I don't think there's anybody like that guy. Like he can put the promo of that game on his back. Like just the trash talking, and he will rile up the whole Kotoko fan base.
On top, he will live.
And he will run it.
And you go and do the show.
He walk the talk.
Yeah, he walk the talk.
And that is why his trash talk would rile up the fan base because they know that he's capable of doing it.
Ben, in a bigger picture, I feel these guys sacrificed a lot to make the Premier League, the Ghana Premier League.
Their efforts have gone in vain. The efforts, we've made sure that we have made sure that their efforts have all been eroded.
Look at a team like Hasselfolk. They've got the Black Stars #1.
Project the guy. Use the
you should be putting him in there to talk about the game.
No. SM for life. For life is for life.
For life.
In fact, as we speak now, Benjamin Asari is the biggest player in the local league.
Exactly. What has he said about the game?
Nothing.
You are hiding him.
He's the most vulnerable hiding, and you have him in your squad. Look, my brother.
By now, you are doing this game. What is better than saying that we are doing a media engagement as Kobe-Man? Gabi and Abeoku come exclusives with Watara, exclusive with Didi, exclusives with
Benjamin.
So Ben, I've seen the promo team for you. So yeah, they have Panlogo and Adoa. And then there is Obake and Obawo. Oh, you know me.
Lord.
Obake, right?
Charlie, it's okay. Don't do anything again. Obake and Obawo promotion to Hassan. Don't do anything again. It's fine.
No, but you see, it becomes so. You see, it is so sad when the people running our football. They were part of what. I mean, they saw what was done then. In those days, they saw how it was done. Then Dombote is there. Dombote I hear is even coaching Auroras.
Yeah, he's
as part of the promotion. Use him.
I met him at the
Use him. Come on, call Lenny.
I bumped into Charles Taylor at Papa Espetex last week Friday.
Charles Taylor. He's on the TV station every day. Go to him. Let him speak to the current batch of players. That this was the game we used to use.
Karim Zito is as charismatic as they come. You can use Karim Zito to run killer promos.
What I feel we've not done right, and I say we as clubs, and I talk to my club, and always my problem is the club because I know what we are doing, which is super wrong.
Saying a silent prayer.
No, Aleni.
Charlie, see, we are unable to build the game and project a footballer as a brand to project the entire image of our clubs. And it has become a problem for a minute. And it runs through all the clubs. To the point that a player plays for them, travels outside, comes back, and he still becomes an ordinary player. Aside the salary, that separates him from the other guys.
That salary that separates him, it will take them like a year to pay. It will take them another year to pay.
I'll tell you an interesting story. Yesterday, they called me and they were telling me 11 wives. They owe their players for 10 months. They've appointed a new CEO this week.
Wonders or Wise?
Wise Integrity.
Today the court was Wonders.
Today the court was Wonders. They owing the players for 10 months. They've appointed a new CEO somewhere on Wednesday, and it's not even stepping.
And these are people who think that these are people who think that they are doing the players
a favor.
Yeah.
No, it's not
a football team.
In fact, that is the underpinning mindset of the Ghanaian football owner.
Yes, he's doing the players a favor for the really to form a team for you to come and play.
In our regulations, if a player is owed more than 3 months, he has the opportunity
to walk away from the contract.
Walk away from the contract. 1, 2, write to the FA to question the club or put the club up before the adjudication chamber of the Football Federation and make sure that the club pays or leaves the
10
club.
months.
And 10
and
months.
they come to work every day.
300, 200 per month. You can pay.
The 11 Wonders, some few seasons ago, they were owing their coach 4 months arrears.
And if you calculate,
when you put everything together, it doesn't even reach 5k.
Yeah.
Their coach.
Now you see. So let's talk about this. First and foremost, there's nothing super about the current Hearts of Oak Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
The coaches maybe
the only brightest spot, like you rightly said,
are the
managers. 2 coaches. Yep. And if you are going to play what you term as your super class, and it is the coaches that are more or less
the star players
fronting.
Charlie, somebody is wailing in the YouTube. El said Josiah Aye says that the clubs are too wicked. Imagine Kotoko selling a jersey for 300. Why are clubs not making money in merchandise? Look at Chef, but Josiah, 300 is very decent for a club. In fact, I think 300 for a jersey is very low.
But Heart sells 250. Kotoko sells 300.
In fact, it's too low.
Yeah.
If you should be able to sell a jersey at least 500 cedi. You see, let me tell you something. People have bought knockoff jerseys in this country so much that
the day in the meeting when I told my draft executives that we should sell our jersey for 200 cedis, the fans nearly
lynched you.
I am telling you.
See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I know we don't value these things in Ghana. If I watch, for instance, Premier League football, I'll give you a good example. Liverpool, Newcastle United, they just immediately jump to mind. I see people wearing Carlsberg jerseys for Liverpool. Yeah. I see people wear Newcastle jerseys with the one with the star, the blue star and the orange.
That's an OG Newcastle jersey.
That is from the days of Alan Shearer.
And OG Newcastle jersey.
I'm not going to sit here and say authentic jerseys are not expensive. Authentic jerseys now are costing close to £150.
Yes.
But the truth of an authentic jersey is that if you spend your money on it and you hold it,
it's worth it.
And you are not going to wear it every day to go and wash and clean,
it is always
you can have it for close to 10 years.
Yes,
I'm telling you, if Hearts and Kotoko address their merchandising issues properly, shout outs to Mark Noonan when he came to Accra House of Folk, brought them the Umbro. Charlie, the jerseys were so quality back then. House of Folk could have easily printed jerseys and sold to their fans. Now, if you ask House of Folk, when you see House of Folk fans at a stadium, Kotoko fans, whatever, they'll be wearing some jerseys. If you ask that, how many jerseys have they had in circulation? how many have they sold? It will become a problem.
They don't even have a record.
Because a lot of people are duplicating these jerseys and selling.
So in my club, I told the guys that if you are not wanting us, if you don't want us to sell it at 200 Ghana cedis, let's stop it. Go to Icarus direct, because Icarus there, an American firm, was producing the jersey, and the people who were buying the jersey here in Ghana, we're not Ghanaians. So because we had Jindo Morishita, who was a Japanese, the Japanese community were rather buying the jerseys in them, and when they come to you can see just a section of people.
No, why should green and yellow?
You know what I don't yell about merchandising and things, because we haven't even addressed the bread and butter issues of our football. So merchandising is like it's like going to space. It's like no serious. It's like going to space. It's like too far away from us. But House of Folk is over 100 years. This should not be an issue for them.
I don't think
anyway
the football on the day will be an explosive one. The two teams, without a doubt, are substandard.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. We saw Kotoko in Africa. You go and disgrace yourself. You come and beat Karela. You want everybody, all hell to break loose? No. Everybody beats Karela.
Yeah.
Hasselhoff, you go to Basek. Is that
the Holy Stars?
They've not scored a goal before. Even they scored against you. You understand? They've scored their first goal against us, isn't it? A team that has not scored a goal, then scores against you. Then I look, are you serious? They've not even hit the bar. There was a game, they 2 or 3 of the games, no shot on target. Then they scored against you. So I look at Hassan Kotoko. Look, apart from Benjamin Asari, who has given himself a tag of a clean sheet, in his last 2 games, he's not kept a clean sheet. So naturally, you should be using him for him to tell the whole world, look, we are going back to the clean sheet. I wouldn't want to lose my tag against our bitterest rivals. It's Masao Didi Dramani. Very pragmatic.
Yeah.
Mean. Don't want to give anything away.
Yep.
It's Coach Karim Zito. Always ready to pull the handbrake. Let's go. Hey, it's better we draw than to lose. Hey, it's better we draw. Hey, it's better. You see, when the two coaches are like that, to make it even more interesting, you need technical players on the side of the two teams who can unlock. Do we have those technical players in Kotoko? No, we don't have them. Do we have in Hasselhoff? No, we don't have. We saw their game last season. People could even control and pass. Receive and give.
Receive.
You cannot receive.
Clean. Just receive.
Just pass. Take custody of the ball. Take custody of it.
Milito.
You cannot receive and pass.
Receive and pass.
You cannot do that.
15 in 2.
15 in 2.
And you get new name.
You cannot do that. So look, I was talking to somebody, I think yesterday. In fact, they called me, they wanted me to do a proper look. I said, look, there's nothing to talk about here. If I'm going to really talk about this game, I'm going to talk about Benjamin Sari all day.
Yeah.
I should not be talking about the goalkeeper. I should be talking about the outfit players. So I spoke to my boy, Mo Shaban, and I said, Shaban, tell me something that I can talk about.
Yeah.
He did a wonderful start, but at the end of the
day, for Shaban, they need to increase his money. They need to see. They need to
top
give.
Boy.
They need
top boy.
They need to do plenty things for that guy. He's literally a one-man wrecking crew for the league
boy.
And a local football. That guy.
The sort of things he. I mean, if I
shout out to Mo Shaban.
He sent me a lot of things. I've read it. I thanked him, but I also told myself, look, he can do that.
Yeah.
But if I go along that tangent, and on the day, the players don't show up, my integrity has been compromised. Yep. So I want to sit on the fence and allow him, Shaban, to do the things that he's been doing. I want to see the quality. It cannot be bim bam boom.
Yeah.
It cannot be bam bim boom.
Media, I say they should increase.
Calm down.
They should increase their presence of the
Let's pass the ball.
Ow.
No technical players on the team.
Kotoko fans got Fabio Gama some time ago.
And
till today. Nobody has even a Fabio Gamma replica jersey to remember him. If you say that, how do we remember the Fabio Gamma era? Just raise
Sule.
You couldn't sell 20 Fabio Gamma jerseys. You got Sule Muntari. You couldn't sell Muntari replica. See, if you had printed 5,000 Muntari jerseys, they would have all run out.
Bought.
Every single one would have been bought.
Do you know the Japanese player? The Japanese Jindo bought jerseys himself and he was
giving them. The day Dwarfs brought that guy, that day, a section of the house, I think the VIP and VVIP section, all Japanese crowd.
Kenichi Yasuha.
When Nana Yasuha came to town, if Nana Yasuha
Kenichi Yasuha
brought the Japanese fraternity to the stadium every
see Japanese people if Japanese people say they go support you,
I tell you,
they go support you, make you drop. Like look, their dedication is
Ben, and I tell you the story hands on, like direct practical. I was at the Cape Coast Sports, the Robert Mason Sports Stadium, at the pseudo stands. I mean, where the stands that's at pseudo, not the one.
Kenichi,
the guy Kenichi, the Japanese guys. It was raining.
Nana Yasuha.
The guys just switched the umbrella on the.
My goodness.
Ben, if you do a football well,
no, Japanese play the different pool. They be different people.
Support, like I know see someone like, wow, watch this. I told my camera guy, capture that. That's his story. The guys
not gonna for Bangan is so but
Gucci.
They came prepared.
And there's also one history behind all of these happenings. Look, the clubs themselves, and I go back to the club. I met somebody at the Ghana Football Association, and because it's a sensitive person, I won't put his name out. He played for Cape Coast Mysterious when he was at UCC, and he tells me that time when he was playing for Dwarfs, the way the club was managed, the same way the club is managed in 2025. This guy is telling me stuff in 1980 something.
It's okay. Let me go to Europe. But before I go to Europe, Abeku, sit down before I go. I have to address you on some matter. They go, Charlie, we went to play football. I went to play football. Charlie, Abeku says he's a centre back coach.
Let's go. Just also coming into the show.
Call this guy. Charlie, if you look at Abeku, all his history in football, you think that like worst case, he's like a decent fullback or centre back. He's running away. Maguire waste.
If I think about TJ in 360, then
Tajuddin was nutmegging Abeku front and back. Hey, you will address this matter later. Let's go to Europe. Let's get to the Premier League and let's talk about the first big game of the weekend. It's United taking on Spurs. Huge game. It's, I believe, at the Tottenham Stadium, and it is our early kickoff. Let me come back to you, Coach, on this one. So, Spurs have been better travelers than they have been hosts. United have had a mix of results if you want to consider everything. I'm looking for the form guide just to give us some perspective, but United have, I believe, 3 wins in their last 4 matches at least, and so they drew their last one. So 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat in their last 5. Decent form that Amorim has enjoyed in his United spell so far. Last game was a little tricky. I think it was against Nottingham Forest. Yes, drew 2-2 with Forest. How do they approach a game like this against a team that don't seem to do too well at home, don't create a lot of chances? How do you navigate a tie like this?
I think it will come down to Ruben Amorim's team selection. I still do maintain that this Manchester United team don't have the energy in the middle of the park. And so one thing they cannot afford to do is to go toe-to-toe with Spurs. I look at them and I will tell Ruben, go and replicate what you did at Anfield. I will not start with Sesko.
Okay.
I put him down, and then I start Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, and then of course Casemiro in midfield. And now I allow Matheus Cunha to lead the line. But Cunha will start very deep because he should be the first point of call to fit. You have to play it to him. don't hit it in space.
Let me just ask you before you progress. Are you a little worried about Konya's goal scoring record so far, even though the team is still getting goals?
I think what most people have forgotten is that in the first 2 games, he played very well. He got injured. He missed the next 3. And then he came back. After coming back, he played very well, and then he scored. And then last week against Forest, he should have scored, but he couldn't. I am not overly worried because you can clearly see that in his case, it's just a matter of time. People are questioning that he's not scoring. Nobody is questioning his all-round performance. So if you are a player and you are doing the things that you should be doing in terms of performance, the goals will come. Especially if you are a forward player, the goals will come. Of course, the United faithful would have preferred that, but now
probably have like 3 or 4
just like
goals.
in Mbumo, he should have scored about 3 or 4. But again, in 10 games, the team that was 15th in the league has ended up playing Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. The top 4 teams, they've played them already. That's why, to some extent, I understand it was a bit disappointing for them not to have beaten Nottingham Forest last week.
But it was context. Forest were also looking for their first win, and that
and they were their home team.
Yeah.
Against Spurs. Spurs played Man United 4 times last season, and on all occasions they won. They took 6 points off Man United in the league. They eliminated Man United from, I think, the Carabao or the FA Cup. And then they met Man United again in the Europa Cup. And they beat Man United. Clearly, it cannot happen for the 5th time. If I'm the head coach, I don't need to do any sort of motivational talk.
In fact,
I just put the records there.
The
I
stats
say,
say that
go stop that.
They completed the league double last season.
Yeah.
The last time they won 3 consecutive league games against United, 1959, 1960.
So it's an absolute and unaccepted trend of event that needs to be stopped. If you've been able to go to Anfield and you've put an end to a 9-season,
wow, this is crazy. Now another stat says that United are winless in their last 7 meetings
against Spurs.
In Spurs in all competitions.
It's either Spurs wins or they draw,
and lost 5.
There
losing
you go.
each of the last 4.
That is the last one I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
That's the last one. But again, that was Garnacho, that was Rashford, that was Anthony, that was, of course.
Oh, did you have to put their names?
No, I had to do that because he's
been saying that
in quality.
The recent form, we shouldn't think it won't last because it's not the old guys.
No, it's not the old guys. There's Mbumo, there's Cunha, there's Ama, there's Sesko. These, at least that attacking force is a completely different force from what Man United had been used to. On the part of Spurs, I don't know what Tom Strang is doing. At one time, he wanted them to press the ball high up the pitch, which I don't think United would invite. Right now, Man United are interested in, if you don't, we will give the ball to Lemar. He will hit it long, and they will rather want to fight for the loose ball. The moment he hits it long, Casemiro and Bruno and Mason Mount are pushing high up to congest. And then once they win that first ball, let's go to Ahmad, let's go to Mbumo, let's go to Matthias Cunha. These are proper outlets. But I think it's going to be a difficult game. But again, with the way I know Manchester United and the way they do their things, they cannot lose for the 5th time in the row against Spurs. So I foresee a slim Man United victory, 2-1. Because already the supporters of Spurs are not happy with the coach.
Yeah.
So what United,
the home performances are really disturbing them.
They need to score.
Whenever they win, it's away from home.
Yes.
Majority of the fans aren't even there to enjoy.
And again, I mean, you've rested for 7 days. They were involved in the midweek game. So let's make that
must count.
It has to count. It's not a situation where the two of you are out playing in Europe, and you've come back. They played. You haven't played. So you've had enough time on the training grounds. You rehearse your strategy. It's not going to be easy to. But again, that lackluster defending from Diago Dalot and co. You don't give anything away in this league. Look at Arsenal. You don't even get access to Rare for him to even make a save. He's just picking up the loose balls. United are not there yet, but there has to be some form of coordination when it comes to defending and making the team progress. And after this game, I think we are going in for another international break, isn't
yeah.
it? So win and go. And when you come back now, then you can line up the Wolves, those people, the Lees, and those people. They then wallop. All of a sudden, the equation, the narrative changes, and you are in and among the top 4. It would be a massive
and all of a sudden, before you know, you are title contenders.
No, that I don't think they are good enough for that, and they would never be equated into.
Hey, don't say never.
No.
Never say never.
Never say never.
No. They are not good enough for that. You see, they will repeat what they did last week. A team they are expected to beat, then they'll come. Remind everybody that they are not there yet. But look, I think that if they can get themselves into any European sport, or there's a sniff of a European sport in January, go to Brighton, show them the money, get Baleba, and then let's see how it goes to the end of the season.
Let me talk to Adam about Spurs. So Spurs, like I established, good form away from home, lukewarm at home. Look to me like they struggle creating chances. If you watch their last Champions League game, you'd have thought they were a different team from what I was talking about.
They kind of look different in Europe, and
very different in Europe from
that's
how
very
they look
surprising. I like the Thomas Frank appointment when it happened initially, but I always felt like these kind of things would have come with it. And hear me out. For a team like Spurs, who hadn't really won anything in a while, after winning the Europa League, I just felt that they should have gone for somebody who has more of a track record of winning things at that level. Frank was always going to come with these problems because of the kind of teams he's managed. So on a day where maybe things aren't going his way, he will be the kind of coach to be, okay, I want to draw. Okay, I don't know if you get where I'm going.
A draw will be enough for me.
Yeah, a draw will be enough for me.
But this is a big club.
And Spurs is at the point where they need to transition into the next level, especially after the Europa League win. So these kind of performances, I kind of expected them. But going into this game, their form has not been stable. But this game is a game where I'm sure they'll look at it that, okay, they can kind of establish some dominance in this, because Man United themselves have not been too consistent, even though this has been a better period this season for them. I see Spurs coming out the gate trying to be very attacking early on in front of their fans, because their fans have been complaining about the home form. But with the way Man United are confident, I don't see them.
United are on a 4-game unbeaten run. This is Amorim's best spell
United
as United manager.
United are their most confident. The best Spurs can get from this game, for me, if you ask me, is probably a draw. I think United will enter this game feeling slightly more confident, even with the win in midweek for Spurs. Spurs haven't been too convincing for me when I've seen them even win games. There are some games that they start off strong, and even though they pick up the points, getting to the end of the game, they kind of like tail off with the performance. Yeah, and as Coach said, they've not played in midweek. I expect United to run harder for the 90. I expect United to have the fresher legs. I expect United to be sharper in attack. So I don't know. I kind of lean to the slight United win in this one.
Let me talk to Manuel about the next big game of the weekend.
If I can just come in on Adam's point,
real quick,
I think Spurs have already had the problem with their, like, they've had their Conte, they've had their Mourinho, they've had their proven winner who's supposed to come in and make everything click. Well, the problem with Mourinho is I feel like if they had given him one more game with the cup final, he would have disproved this theory. But I think they've had their problem with trying to bring in a winner manager, because they thought they were at the final stage. The time they should have brought that in was after Mauricio Pochettino took them to the Champions League final. But that summer they didn't sign anybody, which is very weird, because that was when they were supposed to kick on to the next level. And I get the Frank appointment. I think just based on the type of players they've tried to sign, if they had the quality players, if they were,
I think when they were bringing in Poch is about the same time they were building the stadium. So they were like kind of like managing.
The stadium was 2019. Yes, okay. So I think
it was just about the same time.
Yeah, about the time
they were massaging their finances just so they didn't go overboard.
That's the same time they reached this final.
Yeah, so 2019, 2020, they reached the final and they lost
against Liverpool. Yeah. Played better than Liverpool, and then Liverpool got some funny penalty.
I mean, well, the first 2 minutes, to be fair,
funny penalty. Regardless, anyway,
don't stretch your hand when you're in the box.
Funny penalty. Funny penalty. We can argue about it, but Spurs were the better team on the day. In the end, nobody remembers the better team, but fine. Yeah. Make your point.
Oh no, so I'm just saying that I think that at where they are in their development, I understand why they went for Frank. Now, and I think that I feel like that happens in football is sometimes when the appointment itself goes wrong, we question the reasoning behind the appointment. I think the reasoning is good. Whether Frank was the right person, whether they could have aimed.
To be honest, it's even too early to say.
And that's the thing.
Oh, they've actually started though. when they beat who did Spurs play in the Champions
They
League?
should have won the Super Cup. That's the first thing.
Club
They should have
Brugge.
won the Super
So
Cup when they were 2-0 up against PSG.
Sorry to cut you. When they beat Club Brugge, right, they put out these stats lining up their previous managers and the points they've accumulated after a certain number of games.
Sir?
Yes, same as Thomas Frank. In fact, it was Antonio Conte and
Postecoglou. Postecoglou was top after last season. After 11 games last
26
season.
points after what? 10 or 11 matches.
After 11 matches.
And then
So
Antonio
they played
Conte.
Copenhagen. Sorry,
Copenhagen,
not,
okay.
not Brugge.
So,
Copenhagen.
Antonio Conte was second with 21 points. Thomas Frank was somewhere around fifth. And so that's you know the conversation that will come up.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, and just say everyone saw how. I mean, Postecoglou won a trophy, so I don't know if he's the best example for this or not. If that makes sense, because it's true, he wasn't as good in terms of league form. You don't lose 17 league games in a season, but to to win them a trophy, no other manager wins them a trophy. So I think he was the best of both worlds, and he just couldn't decide which one they wanted.
Now on the Premier, there's Liverpool, Manchester City. Huge game,
tasty time.
Huge game for Liverpool Football Club.
Pep said he's back.
Especially Man City are hot and cold these days, so
Pep
you
said
don't really
he's
know
back.
what to expect. And Slot also says he's back.
I mean, he's hot and cold this season.
He managed to crack a smile, I think, after the Real Madrid win, because it was a hot game. It was a big game. It was a game where everybody was watching.
He said that the importance of set pieces show through.
Very interesting guy.
That was a job.
What kind of game are you expecting? Are you expecting an away Liverpool team to go and upstage City, or you think that they are still on the path to learning his ways, and this might be asking too much?
I mean, it depends on how much he's been able to get to them. Hearing from Anna, he was complaining a lot about the fact that he has played a lot of away matches. I think after Brentford, he made that point.
We are tired of this.
That point that coaches were not
coaches
coaches were not giving him tactics, and you had to play games away.
I'm sure Pep sent the tactics and the strategy.
By now, it's definitely gone through to Anfield.
Now he's moved away from the long throw-ins.
Oh, I mean, you should stop using long balls against Liverpool.
I've told you already on the show. He has told the opponent managers what they can't or shouldn't do against City, and that they should send their formation, system, strategy, substitutions, and everything
to him
ahead of time, so that he doesn't, so they don't surprise him. Thank you.
I saw a quote on Twitter. I really hope it's just a joke, but I saw him saying that the reason we won against Real Madrid and Aston Villa is they used the tactic that we're expecting, which can't be how you must.
No, it's not a joke. It's true. No, it's not a joke. No, in fact, see, let me even add to it. The Athletic actually did a story about it, highlighting the fact that Slot actually used a tactic that worked in the past season. So like doing the overloads on the right side and blah blah blah.
Back in the day at Infantspe, we had one headmaster. I won't mention his name. When you go and do something, and he hears your matter, before he even hears the full matter, you one second. One second. And that's what your best second. I'm gonna make your best second. No, when he hear the matter, he knows he has dealt with students for so long,
so he knows
that he knows where the matter is going. When he hear the matter for this, one second. Oh, I'll make sure. And that's what your best second. Anyway,
no, I mean, just on Liverpool City, I think it's a bit different going into this game on the back of a winning run. Initially, when I saw this run, Aston Villa, Man City, Real Madrid, I was worried, because I thought that on the back of, without that one win against Frankfurt in the Champions League, could have been going into this on the back of 6-7 games in a row. Again, so to come back into this with different form is different. I think it changes. It changes at least the result from this game in terms of perspective. Because if he had been on a losing run, this could have compounded it. From the City side, I don't really know what they've been this season. To be fair, they have been hot and cold. They seem to be reliant on the form of Haaland. He's in good form, which seems to be a benefit, obviously, if you have a striker of that quality. But just between City and Liverpool, their games are usually quite good. It's slightly different now that Klopp is not here. It's a bit harder to predict given the form of both teams going into the game. I would go for probably a scoring draw if I had to put a prediction to it.
I'll do a few predictions and then I'll let Gabby touch on Chelsea Wolves real quick.
Thank you.
There are people who are...
let me talk a bit about Liverpool.
Okay, so talk about Liverpool and I'll come to Gabby to finish on Chelsea.
It's a very, very difficult game. The two teams will be looking at their shoulders. When I say looking at their shoulders, there's Arsenal leading the league.
And they play Sunderland this weekend.
Arsenal plays Sunderland this weekend.
It's not cool Chopo, so
at all.
I think that Arsenal will win.
They'll probably win, but it's a tricky time.
At the time of Man City playing Liverpool, they would have been clear.
But,
There will be a gap.
Just on that, coach. I think the problem with Arsenal is the further they go clear, the more they think that they are going to win it, and that has been their problem the past 2 seasons.
Now,
obviously, for now, you need to get the points on the
for
board.
now,
Fair.
they are wrapping up the points. When we get to where they will find.
Guardiola made the same point. No one wins the title in November.
Of course, no,
Nobody
but
wins the
you
title
need
in
the points in
November.
November to add up.
He said, "Oh no, fair."
So win your own, let me add up my own. That's the point I'm making.
Fact.
So the fact is that by the time they play, the two teams play, Arsenal would have played. And I'm sure they will go into the game knowing that Arsenal have won. Already there's a 6-point lead. Should Arsenal win, there's a 9-point off Man City, 9-point lead on Man City. Liverpool is a bit further down. Now, that in my view is going to compel the two managers to come out and play. And if they were to come out and play, the one who will be very smart in finding a proper balance between when to attack and when to sit is going to have I think Liverpool have the stronger midfield. The man has gone back to what worked for him in the midfield. Soboslai, Gravenberg, and McAllister. I think McAllister is fitter now.
More
He
confident
started
scoring his goal.
the season with a slight injury because he didn't even, that injury did not allow him to do proper pre-season. So he's much fitter now. And what Man City can, you see, this Man City team, I believe they are overly reliant on Erling Haaland. And we've seen the way Haaland have performed against Liverpool. He's not had that sort of silky, smooth performance against Liverpool season in, season out. It's like Van Dijk and Konate, they know, they understand, and they know how to deal with him. Man City on the flanks, I think they are offering virtually close to zero. Doku ke Padima Mokomeche.
Oh, Savinho.
I saw Savinho has 4 goals in 60 games.
60 games.
Yes.
4
Cannot be,
goals
that
in
cannot
60.
They are not doing anything extraordinary. So although Man City are playing at home, if Liverpool don't win this, then Akwano Saka.
Oh, Yabesaka no.
Close, because look,
Yabesaka.
Man City has got only one player who has scored about 80% of their goals.
If you neutralize
At
him,
this level,
there's
you
almost
should
a
want
chance.
to neutralize him completely.
Almost a chance they don't score.
Almost a chance they don't score.
True.
Because if you give Dogu the empty net, he will not score.
As for Savinho, if I'm a
The
fullback,
Dutch boy too,
he's never beaten
his
me
sort of
1-1.
performance have Tijani Reinders.
Yeah.
He's completely gone low at the moment. So Man City, whilst now in the case of Liverpool, you can look at Ekitike, you can look at Mohamed Salah, you can look at even from midfield Soboslai. You want to mention for Foden, but whatever he did against Dortmund, he hasn't replicated in the league.
But Sheki isn't looking bad either.
Oh, Nakampadi didn't say he's still adjusting, up and down. Up
Yeah.
and,
I think
so,
it's
Well,
I
think he's been quite good.
He's been
Just in
injured,
terms,
he's been back in.
I mean, in terms of
Yes,
injury,
I
but
think
just in terms of creativity, and
It's
I
just
think
the whole
that
City team not really
it is the
firing.
goal.
Yeah.
Formerly, Haaland scores,
Yeah.
Mahmoud scores, Alvarez scores,
Even Bernardo Silva was
Bernardo
getting a good.
scores. They were all scoring.
Shaki scored this again. I know you know the point about
forget
Dortmund.
Ocheki. He's not established goal scorer in that Man City setup.
Okay, that.
If I'm the head coach, blocked. We saw what Unai Emery did to them against Villa. When Villa virtually blocked Erling Haaland, make sure you see Erling Haaland, when he picks up the ball and there's nobody in front of him, he will go and score. But if there's somebody to match him good for ball, he has not got the footwork to undo any player.
Fact.
So I think it's going to be a very difficult game. I fancy Liverpool with they've beaten Villa, they've beaten Real Madrid. Go in there with the morale and go and get the job done.
Quick thoughts on Chelsea. 60 seconds before we go.
I mean, expect Chelsea to lose.
To what, lose?
Yes.
Against Wolverhampton?
Oh yes.
Wolves.
I mean, when they lose, it's not
Wolves
news.
that can't buy a win from anywhere.
Oh, listen, you're talking about Enzo Maresca, who's chopped and changed the
World
starting 11
champion,
for the 5th time. That's when he did it against Karabakh in the league. How many league games have you played? 10. The coach is just changing and
the fans are split down the middle about him actually. Some group of fans believe that he's going nowhere with the team.
It's a big
Some
worry.
fans think that
it's a big look. No disrespect to Sunderland, but Chelsea went into that game thinking that they were going to brush aside Sunderland and win. What was the end result? 2-1.
Yeah.
And against a Wolves side that they've actually lost their manager and Pereira, I think they lost their technical director as well.
Yeah, he came with Pereira, so he left it to him.
He left it to him. So there's a lot of chaos there, and I think that they would want to respond.
Yeah,
especially looking at the points accumulation. In fact, the points that they have now, they start saying that every team that has had that point actually goes back to the championship. So they would want to get a win against Chelsea.
Well, I mean,
and I don't trust Maresca to actually go into that.
Tosin is still around.
Tosin is around.
We saw him over midweek.
Look, slow-mo Tosin.
Anyway. I've said this over and over that Chelsea's undoing this season is the backline and the coach himself.
Fact. Let's wrap it up here. Any more shout-outs before we go?
Of course. Okay, of course. You see, it's a Manchester United weekend. No two ways about that. And my people, Obed of Glyco. Obed, tell the guys that Coach Nimley says win for Manchester United. Obed Yao Anderson, Prince Raj, Inspector Gabriel Asbontain. When I mentioned, no more Inspector, Tuni Denjelaka, Inspector Sadiq Akwe, Ahmed Fabricio Al Hassan.
This guy named
Philip Fifi Dodu.
Fabricio.
KB Asante, Aaron Parkwesi Aban Aqua, then Pass Solo, the prodigal son.
Hey, Charlie.
No more, we are winning.
Oh.
We are winning. Inspector Asbontain is where me chi.
Me, I want to say a shout out to Opepe Richardson.
Oh, no more.
Wow.
Look, Opepe
Richardson.
I just have one shout out, and it's to the National Maths and Science quiz.
Oh,
Charlie! For the back-to-back.
Shout out to Benjamin, shout out to Mohammed, and shout out to Tijani.
Mohammed, he gets too much motion. Shout out to him. So yeah, thank you for delivering that for us.
Guys from
you guys are top.
Guys who
respect you a lot.
Fishermen from you would appreciate it more, especially
look, the guy answered a certain chemistry question.
We say what?
We say no, he has seen the source of the question. Not, I mean, it's because there was no way he could have answered that at the
riddles, eh?
I want to know back. Think how do we know?
Oh, you hard. Why you pass?
Wabing.
Shout out to Tijani, shout out to Benjamin, and shout out to Mo. I mean, you went out there and did what we expected. Greatest academic institution on the continent.
Thank you.
We didn't expect anything less.
Thank
you, shiny brother. One.
You know, guys.
Thank you.
If I don't do this, the boys go roast me. So this is from one of my guys, Daniel Pede. He said today. He said today the boys they listen. So
Chale.
Where the boys, so the my name for the page stop.
Make it flow.
The group in name be lovers of the game.
Hey, lovers of the game.
One of them in name be Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
We get Black Kevin.
Black Kevin.
Where one to name be Daniel Frisky Ayete.
Oh, no more Frisky.
The guys
Obed of Glyco. On Sunday, the guys will be expecting. God
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Alaska, Wado, everyone about it. Everyone who it's Yes, please. Yes, please.
Today, thank you very much. Shout out to Joshua Hollow too, Moba, hard guy. Appreciate all of you guys.
Sports Panorama.
Charlie, do it. Give shout outs to your baby girls. Go say you want to shout out to your baby girls, but you do you're reluctant. Feel free.
I know.
So probably brought to us by Kibo Betway and Twisco chocolate beverage drink. The Republic of Football will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Make a date with us.